Don't Starve Together was released over 7 years ago, and during that time, over 300,000 people left reviews on Steam, and millions enjoyed the game. I wasn't one of them. When it fully released in 2016, I was stressing about college applications and trying to keep my grades up, so I had no time for video games, leaving this masterpiece to simmer on the back burner for years. About a month ago, I was scrolling through Steam, trying to find a new game to play, when I saw it. So many people love this game, so I bought it and decided to record myself playing it for the first time. I've watched no tutorials or playthroughs, so I have zero frame of reference as to what to expect. So sit back, relax, and enjoy watching me take my first baby steps into the world of Don't Starve Together. For any of my attempts, since I don't know what characters are best to play as, I choose random, so I'll get to experience each one as I go on. I select Wilderness since it looked fun, picked random for character selection, and we were off. Once I've loaded in for the first time, I needed to figure out who I was playing as. Is that my charge meter? I don't know how to check to see what my guy does. You know what, let me just Google it real quick. I need to see exactly what he does. Okay, WX78. So pretty much I can eat whatever food I want. I just can't, the big thing is I just can't be in the rain, I think. WX78 didn't seem like a bad character to play as, but I barely knew what the game was about at all, so my opinion was worth jack. Nevertheless, this was a survival game, so I knew I needed stuff. So I spent a little while gathering twigs, grass, berries, and anything else I thought would be useful. Oh, there's a carrot. Oh, binoculars. What do those do? My optics already possess zoom functionality. I'm so confused. What? Do I like equip it? No. Maybe I just don't need it. I mean, he did say I don't necessarily need it. So I'm willing to bet my goal is to get my hands on this, which I think is a science machine. Looking through what I could make, pretty much everything required a science machine, which required gold. So after a bit of searching, I found some and mined it for future use. I then kept exploring. I had no prior information about this world and I had very little time to get used to it. So I picked a direction and started walking. Okay, time to go. Nope. Goodbye. Have a good one. Oh, there's a suspicious marble. Oh my god, there's two of them. Oh, there's a bunch of these guys. A lone glove? What does it do? It's a red glove. I mean, I believe you. Okay, we're gonna keep exploring just to see what we have around us. Oh, it's a sad ghost. Are you gonna attack me? He's so sad. I'll pick the grass while I'm at it. Can never have too much grass, I think. Oh, why am I running on the... I think that I run faster on the roads. A beehive. We will come back to that. We will definitely come back to that. My sanity is still going down, but I don't... Oh my god. There's so many of them. But look at all the loot and the resources they're hiding. And what is this? A rock den? Okay, we need to check out the rock den. You gonna attack me or something? I don't know what happens there. Also, that's a spider. We are gonna keep our distance from the spider because I don't know what is good and bad. I was confused as to what all these things were, so to get a head start on what I could actually make, I went ahead and placed down a science machine to get a feel for my options. The next morning, I tried to mine up the science machine to take it with me, but I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. I eventually just left it there in the hopes that I could come back once I figured out what I was doing wrong. After a bit more exploring, I came across a spot with a bunch of frogs, rabbits, and what I assumed was a fishing pond. I saw this as a good sign, so I set up my second science machine and claimed this spot for my eventual base. Over the next little while, I spent my time gathering grass and twigs from nearby in order to make rabbit traps. Then, once the traps were placed, I set my sights on a fishing pole, thinking fish would be another great food source. A fishing pole required silk, which, looking at the image of silk, I assumed I could only get it from spiders. A quick look at the map told me what direction the spider nest was, and I left on what I thought would be a quick in and out trip to get silk. Yeah. Ah! No! Go away! Okay, you know what? Oh! Ow! Oh man, there's two. Okay, I think they're gone. Jesus, I need spiders. Come on, there we go. Missed a spider. And now we have more spiders. Okay, hold on, let me. Okay. Ow. I wonder if I regenerate health passively. Ah! Oh, I'm almost dead. I am almost dead already. Ah! Dang, I wasn't expecting that. My death taught me a lesson. I wasn't good at video games, but I was determined to get better. So I loaded up a new save and got ready for round 2. Oh, I got a doggo! Oh my god, I got a doggo! The dog's name was Wobie. I would die for Wobie. The kid's name was Walter, but Wobie is obviously the important one here. I spent the next few minutes trying to figure out what exactly Walter could do, and all I could find on the wiki was that he was allergic to bees, he didn't lose sanity as fast, and of course, Wobie. Beyond that, he seemed kind of plain, but the don't starve gods have bestowed him upon me, and I will make do with what I could. I started this run the same as the last, by grabbing anything not nailed down. As I was doing this, I was trying to explore this vast land as quickly as possible to find a base spot. While looking around, I was gaining my bearings pretty well, but I was still confused about one thing. Is Wobie just Wobie? I'm so curious as to what he actually does. My assumption at the time was that he would help out if I was under attack, as would be expected of a dog. I decided not to worry about it, and I kept exploring, gathering resources, and coming across a lobster mound, which I thought was the funniest thing ever. Oh, it's a lobster mound. He's a lobster mound. While gathering some carrots and berries, I was talking out loud and absentmindedly tried petting Wobie by left-clicking instead of right-clicking, which explained everything and made me feel kind of stupid. Now, unfortunately, I do have to worry about food being, Oh, snap! Why did I not left-click on Wobie? He holds stuff. Ooh. Wobie, you have suddenly become much more useful. My adventure continued across the land, leading me to encounter vicious frogs, giant beehives, and a mysterious statue of a fly, I think? I didn't understand any of this, but what I knew was the first step was a science machine, and I had yet to find any gold. I kept looking, and then I stumbled upon a really, really fat pig. There's this road, which I think was the road that I was already on. Oh, wait. Ah, Mr. Pig King. A vague memory surfaced, telling me that the Pig King would give me gold if I gave him something in return. I tried to give him everything on my inventory, every bit of food and ore I had, but he wanted none of it, and gave me no hint as to his true desires. Kinda like my girlfriend when asked what she wants for dinner. I gave up on the king and set out once more until finally I found what I was looking for. But oh wait, oh look, gold! Gold! Oh, that's what I needed. I finally had the building blocks for an actual base setup, so I went back to the biome that I'd found some beefalo in and set up my science machine. There wasn't much I could actually make, so I kept moving south to see what I could find. I went through savanna, swamp, was attacked by tentacle spikes, and evil frogs, all the while trying to find anything of value. I even went back to Pig King again to see if he would accept my new offerings, which he didn't. Eventually, I just started gathering poop with the expectation that I would eventually start a farm, but I lost track of time, which in this game is a fatal mistake. Okay, oh no, wait. Stop, okay, hold on, close. No, it won't let me, it won't let me equip it. I wasn't paying attention to the time. I quickly learned that this game was brutal and a single mistake would kill you instantly. It was unforgiving, but at the same time, success in the face of these odds was so satisfying and addicting. I won't go over every attempt, but after this death, I made 6 more attempts over the course of about 7 hours. And this was all in one day, mind you. I was hooked and I couldn't stop. By the end of it, I was mentally exhausted from gathering endless sticks and grass, wandering with no aim, only to eventually die to something random and out of my control. I originally wanted this to be a 100 days video, but my best run was only 25 days and was ended by a combination of hounds and the cold. At this point, I had sunk well over 15 hours into this challenge and I had 0 to show for it. And so, I gave up. Well, I gave up trying on my own. See, I hadn't watched any tutorials, any guides, anything like that before jumping in, just to see if I have what it takes. I eventually figured out that I was missing something that I wouldn't be able to learn on my own. But instead of watching tutorial videos, which felt like cheating, I decided to watch someone else play the game in the hopes that I would learn a few tips and tricks along the way. I wasn't expecting anything crazy, maybe a few farm ideas, a cool base layout, something like that. But I quickly learned that Don't Starve isn't a survival game, it's pure nightmare fuel. Oh, those caves look kind of nice. Might need to check those out whenever I get a chance. Okay, so hammering pig houses gives you stuff. I need to remember that. Beefalo apparently the way to get around the map. Wait, hold on, there are skill points? I'm 100% using that. So what's the point in repairing the ruins? You can sail in this game? I might need to look a little bit closer at the crafting table. I seem to be missing a few things. Wait, where is this? Is that a giant fly? Where do you get a giant fly? Wait, what is this place? Why is it guarded by 2 old men? Can you fight the shadows? Jesus, that's a big rhino. Okay, what the hell is that? That is insane. Wait, hold on, that's Deer Collapse. I know that one. I don't know where from, but I know that one. When did they put the Eye of Cthulhu in this game? Terraria is like my favorite game. It's a goose! Is that a giant skunk? There's so many tentacles. Oh my god! I am very scared to play this game. I am now thoroughly terrified and realizing that only insane people play this game. But that wouldn't stop me. My goal this time around wasn't to make it to 100 days. It wasn't even to beat a boss. It was to just survive through the winter, a feat I hadn't been able to accomplish in my last 15 hours of gameplay. But this time, I had a plan. So needless to say, I started with gathering resources, finding a good spot, and setting down a science machine. All stuff I've already shown, so I'm not going to bore you with the details. This time around, however, I also gathered what I needed for an alchemy machine since it seemed the best stuff was made at it. While all this was going on, I was exploring, gathering, and fighting monsters, which was when I started to realize how powerful Abigail was. After watching that playthrough, I decided to actually venture into the plugged sinkholes I kept passing to see if there was anything interesting to see. I think I might be in danger, but I don't know. Well, there's resources laying on the ground now, and I can grab some flowers. The earthquake seemed to be a sign that I wasn't welcome, so after grabbing some light bulbs, I made my way back up to the surface. On the way back to base, I came across some pig housing, which I promptly tore down for the pigskin, a necessary resource for the ham bat and football helmet, things I would definitely need. Back at base, I put together a tent, football helmet, and since I didn't have the meat for a ham bat, I decided to make a boomerang, which I quickly realized was a mistake since it kinda sucked. I am gonna drop the boomerang right here though. It's not very useful. In order to get the meat for the ham bat, I was determined to take down a beefalo. I started by attacking the first one I saw, which backfired. Oh my god, I got all of them attacking me, I'm so sorry. Oh no. This was not a smart idea. This was not a smart plan. I wonder, will they chase me out of the biome? I think they will. All right, are the beefalo still angry at me? If they are, then I am reasonably screwed. Are you guys pissed at me still? No? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Once the beefalo calmed down, I went about my beefalo slaughter a different way. Using grass, I lured one far away from his brothers, then proceeded to do the do. Okay, nice! Okay, wow, dang, that football helmet's amazing. I quickly crafted the ham bat, and now that I was better prepared, it was time to put my plan into action. The playthrough I watched gave me an idea on how to survive the winter, and it involved spiders. Lots of spiders. So I went out in search of any and all tier 3 spider nests within a few miles of my location. It took a couple days, but when I made it back to base, I had 7 spider eggs to plant. Phase 2 of my plan involved a lot of berry bushes. So I went to town on them with a shovel, and once done, I built out my berry farm. Though I learned if you put a small enclosure in the middle and leave a berry in it, it also doubles as a gobbler farm for free, easy meat. The final piece of the puzzle involved reeds. Reeds only grow in the swamp, but as I hadn't found one yet, I had 0 reeds to my name. I decided to change that, so I went on a short mission, and within a day, I had returned victorious. With the reeds, I can make papyrus, and with the papyrus, I could finally make what I was after this whole time, a bird cage. After quickly imprisoning the first bird I could catch, I could finally test the newest addition to my base. Yes! I can turn all of this monster meat that I had no use for originally into eggs. Yes! The bird takes any meat and will change it into fresh eggs. Any meat, in any condition. You see where I'm going with this? First, I plant the spider eggs near enough to my base for easy access, but far enough away that it doesn't become a problem. Then each day, when it became evening, me and Abigail took the spiders out, which gave glands, silk, and a bunch of monster meat. The meat alone is pretty useful if paired with berries to make meatballs. But if you feed the meat to the bird, you get eggs, which you can then combine to get bacon and eggs. An incredible food source. And the best part is this system doesn't care what season it is. It'll keep working forever. At this point, we were now thoroughly into winter, and I had no good winter clothes apart from a hat. So I was confined to my base until the seasons changed. Days passed, and I fell into a rhythm. In the morning, I cut logs for the fire. Evening was when me and Abigail took down more spiders and turned the monster meat into food. And at nighttime, I would sleep in the tent to keep my health and sanity up. This kept on for several days, until one night, I heard a new sound from the forest that sent chills down my spine. I don't like the dramatic sounds that thing I just heard something big breathe out. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't friendly. So I quickly made more protective gear and summoned Abigail to keep me company. I waited, terrified, fully expecting to be attacked by a giant monster at any second, but the attack never came. Morning arrived and the scary breathing was gone. I didn't know it at the time, but the sound was from deer clops roaming the woods, and it was by sheer dumb luck that he didn't find me. If he had, he would have destroyed my entire home and probably killed me in the process. I didn't know it, but I dodged a huge bullet. The rest of winter passed with little to no trouble, the fire keeping me warm and the spiders keeping me fed. I did have to occasionally break any tier 3 spider nests that were near my base to keep from having to face the queen spider, but it was a small price to pay for infinite food. Eventually, the snow melted, the nights stopped being so cold, and winter finally came to an end. I was thrilled to have finally made some real progress, but with the amount of time I was putting into this challenge, I was starting to run behind on the actual editing of this video. Nevertheless, I wanted to make it at least 50 days before calling it, so I rolled up my sleeves and got to work. With spring came rain and storms. I had a feeling that lightning would be a problem, so I quickly slapped together a lightning rod nearby and crafted an umbrella to keep me dry. I was worried about my spider eggs in the rain, so when morning came, I went to check on them, only to realize that the rain wasn't causing my spider eggs problems. The beefalo were. Oh my god. No, my things. Oh no. They took out the nests. Their butts were red and they were attacking anything that moved, which unfortunately meant that some of my spider spawners were caught in the crossfire. I quickly grabbed one of my spider eggs that was ready and put it away for safekeeping. Now that I had at least one egg safely put away, I wanted to take a closer look at Wendy and her abilities. Of course, she had Abigail to protect her, but I hadn't looked too closely at her crafting menu, which revealed that she could make quite a few potions that seemed to have cool effects. Unfortunately, they all required a flower called a morning glory, which I hadn't found yet. My original thought was that the cistern had something to do with creating morning glories, and when I realized that the cistern required flowers, I was sure I was right. I dashed out, grabbed a few flowers, filled up the cistern with petals, and excitedly waited for something to happen. When nothing at all happened, I was so confused that I decided to actually look up where to get morning glories. Apparently, they're given by ghosts when you help them find their lost toys, and the cistern is used to help Abigail respawn quicker. This made a lot more sense than whatever my 2 brain cells had cooked up, so after making a bit of food for the trip, I left to find a few gravestones with sad ghosts that I could help. Yeah, so there's a spook. How do I assist? You need me to find something you've lost. Are you showing me the way? Okay. Okay, now we're getting really close because the Pip Spook's like little tail thing is doing a thing. Oh, what do you know? Oh, that's so nice. Okay, let me just chill for a moment and saying there's another one this way. This is kind of fun. I like this. Okay, I must be like super close. Oh, there, it's a kazoo. Oh, so that's a tier 3. We're gonna have to take care of that soon. And nope, we are way past taking care of it. Yep, there goes Queen Spider. Nice, and I got myself 7 morning glory. Did that pig just get himself killed? Yup, he most certainly did. Now that I had helped the poor ghost children, I wanted to do a few more things before the end of the episode, starting with actually exploring the caves a bit. I jumped in and pretty much instantly regretted my decision. Come on. Okay, fine, hold on. Let's start getting all the spiders nice and angry. Okay, let's actually get them all angry at her first.
Hello there.
Ah, man! I was so hoping to just... How are there so many? I don't even have a spear anymore to fight with. Oh my god, the caves are just, like, taken by monsters. The last few days were spent expanding my farms and exploring more of the world, making sure to take out any spider nests I found along the way. Eventually, day 50 arrived, and I could finally say that on a scale of 1 to 10 on the Don't Starve skill level, I was probably a 3. My survival skills were better, but that one playthrough I watched showed me just how much this game had to offer, and I would love to play more. So if you enjoyed this train wreck of a video, consider subscribing and let me know if you have any ideas for any Don't Starve challenges you'd like me to try, since I'm obviously a professional now. Thank you for joining me on my adventure, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.